Good morning, folks. Hope you're all doing well on this beautiful Friday morning. We're coming up to 11 o'clock in Cardiff in the morning. It is almost 30 degrees. It's absolutely stunning. Anyway, in today's video, I'm going to be focusing on scouting the very top young talent available on So Rare. And this has largely come about with So Rare's announcement that they will be covering on SO5 the upcoming under 21 tournament that's due to start next week. So it's all positive news. Now, what I've decided to do with this video and the players I'm scouting in particular is pick a country who's involved in the next under 21 tournament, like I said, which starts next week, and try and identify as many value for money players that are possibly out there for my budget. Now I'm going to keep away from the top nations, which would I would class as England, Spain, Italy, potentially France, as I think the players' prices for established under 21, under 23 players are too expensive for my liking. I've decided to concentrate on Belgium. The reason for picking Belgium, there's a few reasons. One is very peculiar. When I first started So Rare, to try and gain an edge because I didn't have the budget to compete with other players, I decided to pick a country or a league that I felt that I could get a significant advantage on by knowing a lot more. So I scouted the Belgian league for days and days, and it led to weeks, months and months, basically. So I've got an affinity with Belgium. I'm no expert in terms of knowing everything about the Belgium league. However, I do like to think that I have got some useful knowledge when it comes to these players. I believe they represent better value for money than other countries. Belgium, as we all know, had a golden generation a few years back that arguably should have won a major tournament. I'm not suggesting that they're going to have that golden generation coming through again. However, I think they have got some top players coming through. And that's why I've decided to go with Belgium, basically, or Belgian players or nationality. Furthermore, I just want to add this strategy might not suit a lot of people. If you've invested in So Rare and your only aim is to win as many cards as you possibly can with your initial investment as soon as possible, then this isn't the strategy because some of these players you're going to need patience with them. They're not all going to be regular first time starters or first time players for their clubs, let alone their countries. However, with a bit of luck, in a year or two, they could become very, very good players. I'm fortunate. I've got a gallery that I think I can compete for decent prizes at this moment in time. So I just want to fatten my squad out basically in my club and get in as many useful young, what I would class potentially world class youngsters, perhaps not world class, but top quality under 21, under 23 players as I possibly can afford to get. And that's basically the aim of this, and to hopefully get good value for money because that's what it's all about, and making good profit on players you buy today that you can sell in a year or two for a lot more. So the first thing I done was go across to the UEFA website. This will have all the teams, even the ones that haven't qualified. Sorry, someone just knocked my door, so I had to leave and stop this video. Anyway, like I was saying, popped over to UEFA website, all the countries listed, and then the top 16 here are the ones that have qualified for the tournament that starts next week. So, like I said, I am going to focus on Belgium. You obviously decide if this is something that you're going to look into. Maybe you want to play it from all over the place, from all these countries. But like I said, I'm going to focus on Belgium. So when you click into Belgium, it'll list the squad. So see full squad there. And then it will list obviously the players. It'll give you the matches played for the under 21s and obviously the minutes that they've played. So that would give you some sort of indication on whether they are regular starters for this under 21 side. Now, obviously, we all know under 21 goalkeepers are expensive as it is. If they play for their under 21 side, they're going to be even more. So you might want to skip this if you're just looking just to buy players to flip them on later on and not enter the team. I'm undecided yet because I don't particularly want to be spending 70, 80 quid on a limited under 21 goalkeeper, if I'm being perfectly honest. But I'm going to play that by ear depending on who I can get. So, anyway, I've gone through this list of players. And like I said, if people know me, they know I'm not going to be spending 40, 50 quid on a player, especially a limited card, because I don't find there any value in that at all. I want to find the lesser known players in this squad that could potentially become a decent player in the future. So the likelihood is I'll be picking up definitely every player on this list that's under a tenner I would be interested in. And then if I'm going to be paying 10 quid or more, they need to be first team starters for their clubs, because I'm not willing to spend 10 quid or more having to wait a year, maybe two, to get any sort of investment back. I want utility if I'm spending a tenner right now, as well as the potential. Now, I've brought up a hit list, or I've made a hit list up of the players that would interest me on this page that's in the squad. I'll take you back over to So Rare now. As you will see, two of the players who were in that squad I owned anyway. Mandela Keita and Louis Patrice, who I bought 2 months and a month ago respectively. I've added three players overnight. Arne Engels, Jorb Vertessen and Anthony Descotta. As you can see with their last scores, 15 scores, none of these would be what I would class as first team starters for their clubs. However, I'm willing to spend a few quid on players and give them a year or two. That's my new strategy with this going forward. Now, I just basically go through the same set of procedures that I always do with everyone I scout for. Transfer market, it's very subjective, their value, but it says about €3.5 million. He's only 18 years of age, I believe, or 19 now. He's contracted till 2027 and he plays for Augsburg in Germany. And I can also see that he's represented Belgium's under 21, under 19, under 16, and under 15. So he's got good pedigree, in my opinion. Now, for a 19-year-old kid, I know Augsburg are not the greatest side in Germany, but he has started 18 Bundesliga games for Augsburg last season. So for £3.52, I think he's an absolute steal. He's made 3 assists. His scores aren't brilliant in terms of So Rare on the matrix, as we can see here. But you can also see that he is capable from time to time. Bear in mind, he was 18 then, probably no more than 19. He's hitting decent scores at times. So the hope is, as he gets older, he becomes a better player and starts hitting better scores. And also, don't forget, because of his age, for So Rare purposes, you've got at least 4 or 5 seasons or years left of him being an under 23 player. The next guy is Jorb Vertessen. Never seen the guy play, but while I'm looking at his stats, I particularly like him. If you look at his Belgium under 21, under 18, this guy scores goals. He's got a pedigree. Um, the hope is he continues that in his senior career now. He was on loan at Union SG last year from PSV Eindhoven. He's gone back to PSV. Not 100% sure what's going to happen to him now, whether he goes back out on loan or not. We'll have to wait and see on that, but he's 22 years of age now. I would expect he's getting to that stage of his career where he needs to be playing regular first team football. So whether that's very unlikely he's going to be at PSV. So whether he moves again permanently or on loan, we'll wait and see. But I like this goal scoring record that he's shown for the younger age groups in his Belgian career. I like players who have got a history of banging the goals in. I found Taremi this way. For anyone who doesn't know, Mehdi Taremi, who I first bought when I first joined So Rare, he'd just gone to Porto. Not a lot of people had heard of him. Looking at his goal scoring record from his previous clubs, I knew he was going to score goals. Simple, because you don't just stop scoring goals. It's the hardest thing to do in football, and you've either got it or you haven't. And if you've got a history of scoring, then in my opinion, that will continue throughout the career of that player. So I think I paid £6, yeah, £6.27 for Yorb. Might have to show a bit of patience with this dude. I'm willing to do that. So we'll see how he gets on. Now, the next young lad is Anthony Descotti. He's on loan from Charleroi in Holland, Belgium to Utrecht. There's a option to buy on this loan. Not sure what's going on there or whether he'll return to Charleroi. No idea. We'll just have to wait and see on that. But again, what I particularly like about this lad, every level for Belgium, he's banged the goals in. So again, it appears to me this boy knows where the back of the net is. And once you know that, you're never going to lose it. I paid £2.62 on an auction this morning. I think it's great value for money. Obviously, there's going to be risks, patience, everything that, but I'm willing to spend, what's £2.50, a cup of coffee. Potentially, who knows what could happen in the future. So, like I said, I don't mind spending a few quid and being patient with these lads. I have got other players on my hit list who are more expensive. I'll just name you one or two now. Hang on, 2 secs. Actually, I'm not going to name them until I've bought them, because I don't want to tempt fate. But like I said, they're more expensive, but they would be what I would class as regular first team starters for their clubs. But none of them would be what I would class as silly money for limited cards. I'm talking between 10, 15 quid maximum, because ultimately I want the best value for money that I can possibly afford in the players I select, rather. So anyway, guys, I've rattled on enough today. I hope that's given people some ideas on if they got the funds to do it, to add to their gallery, to get a more balanced squad, whatever you want to look at in terms of quality youngsters. Ultimately play the game how you want to. I'm just showing you what I'm doing and what I believe the best thing for me to do at this moment in time. Personally, I don't think there's anything more satisfying than identifying a young player who then turns out to be a really good player, and you've made a bit of money on him through selling him later on. I think the buzz you get from that, for me personally, that's what So Rare is all about. And doing it with the lesser known players, the lesser known countries, there's more skill involved. There's no skill going out and buying all the most expensive under 21 players on the platform, because providing you've got the money, anyone could do that. And like I said, there's no skill involved in that. So it's all about your football knowledge for me, So Rare, and that's how it should be. So this way, I feel that I can contribute to certain success that I get by putting in some hard work and a bit of research. So anyway, guys, like I said, if you need, it's the UEFA website. You can just go on there and look at all the under 21 teams. Under 17s, I believe, are on there and all of that. So just have a look, go through the teams you're interested in. If you've got a knowledge base in a certain country, then use that to your advantage. But I just wanted to give you some idea and let you know what I'm doing. Anyway, guys, thanks for watching. See you very soon. Catch you later. Bye.